Hi, my name is Will Davis, and this is my mastery journey timeline. My first class is Mastery Personal Development and Leadership. My three goals will be to gain knowledge on my creative journey and life's tasks, create presentations and on stories of masters and compare those to my own, create an Adobe Spark page. My strategies for these would be to read, interpret, and analyze Robert Greene's book entitled Mastery, retrieve at least one takeaway from each master's journey that I read, and with throughout my journey, update my Adobe Smart Page to go along with my timeline. My next class will be filmmaking concepts and practices. My three goals will be gain a greater understanding of different concepts of filmmaking, science of directing films, and gain a better understanding of film editing. My three strategies will be analyze the different concepts by watching movies and taking notes. There are two books in this class I will be also reading. One is on directing film, and the other one is entitled In the Blink of an Eye. Script production and analysis will be the next class. My goals will be to establish an ideal and producing a script from start to finish. Understand the formula for story creation. Dive into the science of script creation. My three strategies will be to take notes and devote time to practice what I've learned in class. Recognize the formulas such as 12 stages of a hero strategy, three act structure. Now there's different formulas. I'm pretty sure we're going to go over different ones in class, but those are a few that I've looked up. Also, I will be utilizing the Full Sail Library to read the effective digital storytelling method. Next class, directing talent. My three goals will be involve ways to communicate and work with crew and staff, learn the duties of the director on set for the whole process, ability to find talent within someone and bring it to the forefront. My three strategies would be go to networking events and interact with others to give me a better grasp of working in a social setting, and also volunteering for work on campus. Learn the schedules of the director, and also the Full Sail Library. There's an article called "Directing Inexperienced Talent," which I believe will help me out on my coursework. Next class is story development for film. My three goals will be gain knowledge on how to deliver my story based on message, engage in the process of story development, interpret storytelling techniques and methods. I'll be using researches. My strategy will be to research my industry leaders and analyze how they perform their task. My industry leaders will be later on in the presentation. Create storyboards, pre-visualization, and production preparation, and also use the Full Sail Library. Uh, Experiment filmmaking is the next class. My three goals will be expose myself to the unconventional ways of filmmaking, familiarize myself with the background of experimental filmmaking, find innovative ways to create experiment film and what emotions that it conveys to the audience. My strategies for this would be to learn how to use what I have and able to create sort of a do-it-yourself sort of philosophy. The Forza Library will help me out. There's an article called Blur Boundaries, and also round table on digital experimental filmmaking. Visual storytelling techniques and technology. That is the next class. The three goals will be acknowledge how visuals can tell a story, introduction to visual effects, learn film grading and color correction. My three tactics would be understand how to sync visual and audio so they complement each other. Um, also, there's a course I found on LinkedIn. It's about 2.5 hours long. Will really help me give me an introduction into the visual effects, um, and schedule a time to be able to practice the skills that I learned throughout the course. My next class is Film Production Thesis 1, Pre-Production. Uh, in this class, in this course, we'll be getting into what is needed for production for a film. Now, Full Sail Library will help me out with this. There's an article called The Fundamentals of Filmmaking. Figure out, my next goal would be figure out the creative direction of project. Conduct meetings and gather viewpoints to find the best way to execute. Learn things needed to start shooting. My strategy would be deal with permits, funding, locations, scheduling, things of that nature. The next class is film production. Thesis 2 is production. Begin shooting at approved locations, and when we do, we will need to have proper paperwork on set to alleviate any kind of confusion that might happen. The next goal is deal with sudden changes and adapt. The strategy will be to continue my readings on the fundamentals of filmmaking. The next goal is work in groups as a team. This will give me a glimpse of real world experience, and which is very, very essential. My next class is film production thesis 3, post production. Beginning the first one of the three goals are beginning editing, gather other sounds such as music and sound effects, learn aesthetics, and what it does for film. My three strategies will be gather all footage and ensure all shots are needed have been performed, gain feedback from other students. In the Full Sail Library article, The Fundamentals of Filmmaking will help me out through my journey. The next class is Film Production 4, Film Assembly. The three goals are learn about color correction, incorporate sound effects into film, learn how to properly conform and edit the film based on the storyline. There's an article in the Full Sail Library that will help me out with this. Gather sounds for the field, whether I go to public domain or go to the field myself and record my own sounds. And the last strategy will be refer back to all previous classes to assist me for this class. Business of Film is the last class, and the three goals are learn current business models. My strategy for this will be to use the Full Sail research database and read some articles. The next goal is create a trailer for film. My next strategy is utilize everything I've learned to execute. Uh, and the last goal is learn ways to promote film to gain exposure. My strategy for this would be retargeting mood using comedy or serious movie trailers. This article could give me sort of kind of heads up on what I'm dealing with. My industry leaders here I have Ryan Coogler, Jordan Peele, Quentin Tarantino, Tyler Perry, Edgar Wright, Guillermo del Toro, and I have their contact information here. What I look for in a mentor is someone who will be able to give me sort of assignments to improve myself, uh, give me time to talk, collaborate with them whenever I'm ready. Maybe we can meet up and talk about some things. Someone who can challenge me to think ways other than the options that I see for myself, and maybe expose me to certain plot holes or plot holes in my stories. Take me under their wing without having the superiority complex. Uh, Bounce my ideas off of, and also teach me things that it took them a while to understand. My personal learning networks, I would say John Singleton would be one. His whole journey towards his mastery throughout his whole career is quite profound to me, and I'm intrigued to that. So I'll be looking, researching up on his timeline, seeing how he got to where he was. Stage directors and choreographers society is a place I would like to join. America's Society and Cinematographers is also a nice organization as well. Uh, some clubs and places that I would like to also join is, or locally, is Orlando Independent Filmmakers, the Directors Guild of America, and Creative Breakthrough Community, Jumpstart to Your Creative Journey. And the Full Sail groups, so Full Sail community. I would like to learn about or become a member of the Full Sail On Air, Full Sail Travels, and Future Filmmakers of America. And my timeline will be here for all of my classes: mastery, personal development, and leadership, filmmaking concepts and practices, script production and analysis, directing talent, story development for film, experimental filmmaking, visual storytelling techniques and technology, film production thesis one, pre-production, production, post-production, and film assembly, and business of film. My LinkedIn, if you would like to connect with me, my LinkedIn will be posted here, as well as my Adobe Spark. And the next slide is my references. Thank you very much for watching this video, and you have a great day. Thank you.